Good morning. Today we are going over Math Packet 4 that is due the Tuesday after Thanksgiving. Our first page says D, Sarah and Tyrone ordered a pizza to share. The cost of the pizza was $10. Sarah ate less than everyone else, so Dee and Tyrone decided that she did not have to pay the same as they did for the pizza. They decided to have Sarah pay half of what they each paid. So what did Sarah pay for the pizza? Well, we have Dee and Tyrone paid the same amount. And then Sarah pays half of that. And all together that equals $10. So we need to figure out what amount Dee and Tyrone are both going to pay, add them together, and what's left over should be half of that amount. So let's say we wanted to say, well, Dee and Tyrone both paid $5. Well, 5 plus 5 is already 10. Half of that 5 would be $2.50. That's too much. That's not going to work, right? 5 plus 5 plus $2.50 gets me $12.50. That's not $10. So you're going to want to use, you can guess and check smaller amounts. Marina? We're not going to give the answer, no, because I want people to work it out themselves. But you could guess and check smaller numbers, so your answer would be 10. If we added Dee plus Tyrone plus Sarah, it should equal $10. So we know that 5, 5, and $2.50 does not equal $10. But I gave you a big clue to try smaller numbers than 5. Our next page it's the writing elevator page. So the next page, Bob gets in an elevator and he rode up 7 floors. So he gets in that elevator down here. He rides up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 floors. Then he goes down 5 floors. So he goes down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now he goes up 3 floors. So he goes up 1, 2, 3. Now he goes up 1 more floor. And then he goes down 2, 1, 2. So this is where he ends. He gets off at the 8th floor. You need to figure out what floor he started on. Down here. So he gets on down here. He goes up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 floors. So he's on this floor and he's going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then he goes up 3, 1, 2, 3, goes up 1, and then he goes down 2, and we know that is the 8th floor. So you need to figure out what floor he started on. You need to show your work, okay? Show the work that you go through. Drawing it out is a great way to help us find our answers. The next page is our 5-card challenge. Remember, with that 5-card challenge, we use our 5 cards to use different operations to equal the card below. Remember that ace is worth 1. There is 1 heart on it. It is worth 1. Okay, so using different operations, like 7 minus 6 equals 1. That's worth 2 points. We need to get all the way up to 12 points. Our next page is our pattern page. So the first 4 figures of the pattern are shown. Math 6 needs to complete the table for the total blocks in each figure. So we need to complete the total blocks column. How many total blocks are in the first figure? How many in the second?
6.
How many in the third?
15.
How many in the fourth?
27.
28. Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times 4 gives me 28. So we need to find a pattern here. So if we look at that, look at what figure numbers they are. How do I go from 1 to 1? I can multiply it by 1, right? How can I go from 2 to 6? Multiply by 3. How do I go from 3 to 15? How do I go from 4 to 28? Do we see a pattern?
So we multiply the number by plus 2 and yes.
Odd numbers, increasing. Okay. Finding those patterns. Sometimes the patterns are easy and obvious. Sometimes they're not so easy. Find the pattern. You need to complete that total flops column. Next page. Perimeter and area. Remember, for the perimeter, oops, wrong packet. For the perimeter, we need to count all of the outside. So if there are sides with no amount, we need to find that length so we can make sure to include it in the perimeter. Okay, so make sure you find all those missing side lengths. Every side should have a length to it. Oh, there's another one. Every side should have a length to it. There's a lot of missing ones on this one. Then, to find the area of a goofy shape, we break them into shapes that we can find the answer to. The area of a rectangle equals length times width. Can we find the area of this rectangle? Yeah, it's the length times the width. 12 times 4 will get us this area. Oh, here I know my length is 5. What's my width? Can I find that width? What would I have to do? Connor? If I added the 4 and the 5, I subtract that from that total of 12. We know it's 12 all the way down. Take off the 4 and the 5, and you're left with that width. Then you're going to multiply your length and width to get your area. Over here, we got our width, we need our length. Same as over here, multiply length times width, and you get that area. How do I find my total area? Hannah? I'm going to add all 3 of the small areas. That will give me my total area. Stop distracting, please. All right, next page. We have to draw a net of a pyramid. So remember, that's laying our 3-dimensional shape out flat. We know that the bottom is a square. What is each side? Zelda?
A triangle.
Triangle. Every side has a triangle. And if we folded it up, it would come to meet at the point. Don't forget to label each side. One side of our square is 8 feet. So every other side of the square is going to be the same. Then we have our height of our triangles. What is the height of every triangle? 16. Now we need to find the figure surface area. To find the surface area, you have to find the area of each of those spaces. Each side, each face. So to find the area, I don't know why the green's not working. Find the area of the rectangle, it's length times width. So 8 times 8, that's going to be the area of our square. To find the area of our triangle, remember it's a half of the base times the height. So we have a base of 8 with a height of 16. Do not forget to divide it by 2. So your base times your height divided by 2 will give you the area of every triangle. Then what do we do to find the total surface area? We've done this on every packet. Finding that surface area, we have to add all 5 areas together, and that gives us the surface area. So you find each individual shape's area, add them together, and that gets you your surface area. Our next page. And if you're not quite following, I'm going a little fast, you can watch this video again at home to help you. The next page, we need to find the volume of our pyramid. Now this is a pyramid. Last packet we worked on a triangular prism. That's different than a pyramid. So our formula is going to be different. Formula for a pyramid is the length times the width times the height, and we're going to divide it by 3. So 1/3 of the length times width times height. When we found a cube, it was length times width times height. But this is a pyramid. We're taking it out of that cube. So it's length times width times height divided by 3. So length times width times height. So 10 times 8 times 6. And I'm going to divide all that by 3. That answer goes right here. That is our volume. Then math 6 needs to know how many faces, how many edges, and how many vertices. Remember, our face is that side. Remember on that net that we just did? Each of those shapes, the bottom square and each side that was a triangle, those are all the faces. That's the sides that we laid out flat. That's a face. The edges are the edges of our shape. Do not count the height. The height just goes up in the middle of the pyramid. That is not an edge of the pyramid. That's on the inside. Vertices, vertexes are corners. So count all the corners of our shape. Connor. Yep, the bottom is a face. All right, let's look at our last page. The last page, we have a graph that we need to look at. So we have the income amount on the bottom, and we have our test score going up the top. The question is there a relationship between the income and the SAT score? So as income goes up, does the SAT score stay the same, or does it change? If it changes, how does it change in relation to the income? Okay, so you have to answer that question. How does it change? As the income number goes up, what happens to our SAT score? And that is our packet. So if you are watching this home, I hope you are well, and I hope to see you soon. Have a wonderful day.